Hopefully my microphone's working here. It looks like it. And we're live. What's going on this fine Wednesday evening, folks? How we doing out there in MECA land? See, hopefully we got things working right here. What's going on, Tony? How we doing tonight? Mr. Pops, Mr. Beard, what's going on, guys? How we doing this fine evening? We doing good out there? I'm doing all right. We're making it work. What you guys up to this fine evening? Before I start babbling. Nothing? I know it ain't nothing. Well, I'm doing pretty good this week. Grandma got to go out of the hospital. She's in a home now for some rehab, but she's doing better. Still can't talk, though, so that's kind of rough, but hopefully she's getting better. Let's see here. Catch up on my chat. Wearing yourself out, huh, Mr. Wayne? Well, I'm glad to hear that it looks like it's going to be ready to go. I can't wait to see the finished product there. Look like you're up to the same thing, huh, Tony? Getting ready for the weekend. Got a lot of gear to load up. Get her done. Well, hopefully you'll get back to full potential here soon, Pops. Looking forward to seeing yours when it gets going, too. What's going on, Mr. Stevenson? How we doing this evening? So much body works. I hear that. All the body works going down. I seen you replacing a bunch of them panels, man. Stuff's kind of tedious. I can't wait to see how it turns out. Well, let's see here. What we got going on this weekend? We got several events coming at you guys this weekend. Looks like we've got 7 events coming at you guys this weekend. Let's see here. I'm going to kind of start with these ones here. Looks like Sunday we got a 2X coming up at TC Customized in Jefferson Hill, Pennsylvania. That'll be done there by Mr. Kevin Mayo. Make sure you get out and see him. All the Pennsylvania MECA heads. Should be a good event going this weekend. Again, that's Sunday. A 2X hosted at TC Customized in Jefferson Hills, Pennsylvania. Looks like we've also got a 2X coming up there in Springfield, Ohio at the Eagle City Road, Springfield, Ohio. Up in Smoke, that'll be a 2X hosted on Sunday as well. And once I go through these here, I'll catch back up on the chat. I see my light beaming over there. So looks like Sunday we have an event going down at MC Window Tent or MC Tents. Music Meet. It'll be a 2X hosted at MC Window Tinting there in Alsip, Illinois. And then we've got a few events going on Saturday. Looks like we got the Cruising for Kids 2X in Dayton, Ohio on Saturday there, the 18th. And then we'll have a 3X hosted there at the Hernando County Fairgrounds, the Made of Steel show there in Brooksville, Florida. So a lot of events going down this weekend. And then last but not least, I'm going to go over these events here. Shannon and I will be out there. I'm not sure if we'll be out there Saturday and Sunday or just Sunday just yet, but we are going to make our way up to Bogstown. We're going to have the SPL sleepover part 1 and part 2 there at the Walnut Grove Campground in Bogstown, Indiana. Those of you that don't know, Mr. Jason Huber there got in a car accident early this week and passed in the accident. So we've tried to hurry up and throw some raffle things together and things like that for the family. They still wanted us to have an event. So hopefully all you guys in the area can get out there and help us get some money raised up to help Jason's family there. Really good guy, great bass head. Shannon and I started going there, I think, the year before we took over. So it's kind of sad. I think that's the third person in the bass head community in the last month or so that I knew that has passed. So again, all you guys, make sure you keep the Huber family in your thoughts and prayers. And also, all of our other members that are struggling. I know there's more. So let's make sure we're pulling together for each other and sending those prayers up and thinking about our fellow members and bass heads in the community. And we'll also be there on the 19th. So it'll be a 2X followed by a 3X there at Bogstown at the Walnut Grove Campground. So look forward to seeing you guys out there. Anybody traveling to any of the other events, we hope you guys have high scores and safe travels this weekend. I think that kind of covers the events that we've got coming up. I think that's 6 or 7 of them. Yep, 7 of them. So if I missed any, I apologize. I threw these together right before I got on. So let's see if I could check out the comments here. Mr. Mayo, how we doing, guys? Excess power in the house. Glad to see you, Sean. What's going on, Miss Melinda, Mr. David, Miss Whitney? Mr. Castro. Yeah, it's pretty sad news. Nobody ever wants to really have to say any of that, but we're gonna try to make the best of it and try to celebrate the way Jason would want us to, I'd hope. So how we doing, Mr. Josh? I don't know, maybe it's an appropriate time. Maybe I'll just take a moment of silence for a second for Jason and his family. All right, guys. So I guess the sad part, I guess I got that out of the way. I really don't like doing that. But how you doing, Jeffrey, Mr. Gamble? Hope you guys are doing well. How you guys doing? What's going on, Mr. Kramer? Mr. Kyle Carroll, how we doing this evening? You guys doing all right? You guys working on stuff? I know we got several events this weekend. Um, check them out on mechacaraudio.com. I know we got the big show next weekend. There in Michigan, we'll be up there. So we got the 3X and the 4X going next weekend there in Michigan. Looking forward to that. I think we're getting ready to be on the upward tick here, David. Lots of folks are excited for the big show. I'm excited too. Slow motion for me. Slow motion. Oh, sorry, Joe. Sorry, brother. I'm going to drop my caption here so we can see those guys' logos for a little bit longer here. I'll go back over the events we got coming this weekend here in a few. That's awesome, Chris. I do kind of want to go over a few things here. So, let's see. Just a quick little rule thing. In the last, I don't know, week or two, I have received several complaints about folks buying points. We do have rules in place for this sort of thing. I think our rules are, fairly lenient for the most part. We only require 45 points, and that's not a super large amount of points. So I think, for the most part, other than where we don't have events close to folks, I think we make it fairly easy to be able to come up with your points for finals. We do allow points chaser vehicles. You only have to take the car you take to finals, the 1, 2X or above event. So you guys with the bigger cars, the extreme builds, the big M4, M5 style builds, you only got to drag those out once. I do want to say that it is possible to still see folks getting a score that says 0, because there is not a rule against somebody coming to the event with a vehicle and electing not to run the car after they've purchased the score sheet. So that's something that's kind of hard for me to police. I have emailed all of my event directors. I think there might be one I still need to talk to. But I've emailed the R&E, all the event directors, and we've gone over this. So moving forward, you need to be present at the event with a vehicle in order to get points posted by your judge. So I just wanted to address that right now, for everybody. Only, I guess, if they have your vehicle, Crane, because that's part of the rule too. So I can screen share it and show you what I'm talking about. Maybe, let's see. But there's more than one rule that kind of comes into play here. But the one in the points accumulation guidelines basically says the competitor and his or her vehicle must be present at the event. So to me, that means the competitor and a vehicle, since we do have a rule that basically says you only have to take the vehicle that you're taking to finals to one show. To me, you could have any vehicle there that, that is yours, and you could get a score posted by a judge. It says if the competitor cannot be present, the vehicle. So to me, that would mean if you're not there and one of your teammates has your vehicle, then they could present that vehicle. This does not apply to the point sharing with other organizations or groups. So to go over the point sharing part, I'll come back here in just a second because I'm reading right off the rule book. So if you guys are commenting right this second, I'm not seeing it. Um, so the point sharing thing is basically if you compete with another organization and you show me, the scores or the results from those events, then you can get up to 10 points that way. Those points come in 5 point increments. And I believe in the rule book, it states that those are $20 per 5 points. So you can technically buy 10 points through what we call point sharing. All right, guys, you're gonna have to give me just a second. Um my aunt's calling me, so give me just a second, guys. Yeah, sorry. All right, sorry about that, guys. Oh, thankfully it wasn't nothing too serious, so we're good to go now. So let's see. I think I answered Chris Crane's question as far as that part was concerned. This question here. So, multiple vehicles can only be ran if you have multiple memberships and they're in separate divisions. So, um, you can have one car in sound quality, one car in install, or one car in sound quality, one car in sound pressure, something like that. But you can't run multiple vehicles within the same division. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. Um, as far as this concerned here, without checking registration, how does one know if it's their vehicle? The honest answer is I don't guess they do, but uh, I would hope that folks would kind of not do that. But I know what you're trying to say, but the honest answer is they wouldn't. Let's see. I'm catching up here. Let's see. Mm-hmm. Thank everybody for sending love and praying for us. I appreciate that. I'm still catching up over here, guys. Sorry I took so long there. Chris Crane. Basically, you can't have one in S5 and one in M5. That is correct, sir. All right, I think I made it. I think I made it to the end there. I think I'm caught up now, guys. Appreciate all the comments and all the, like I said, all the love and everything. Either way, I just kind of wanted to address the points thing because, I've been noticing it a little bit. And then obviously I've been getting a few complaints on it. So I just kind of wanted to address it. and make sure everybody understood that, we did have some rules in place, and obviously it looks like, some of it might be hard to police. So I don't know, maybe it'll be something we discuss here in the R&E. But in the meantime, that's what the rule book says. David, if your points are affected by some of the power changes or anything like that, I do believe that I told everybody to reach out to me within 30 days, and I do have a list of roughly 5 to 10 names here. It looks like that did reach out to me, and I believe that the last time we allowed that was March 1st. So at this point, we shouldn't be moving them. I do know that on the website, there's still a little bit of a hiccup there with the XST, XS, XT stuff. So those points will get, put into the correct spot when it comes down to it. Like I said, we're still working on fixing some of the things with the website and trying to replace our web guy there. So, hopefully you guys can keep bearing with me for a few more weeks here while we try to get this settled and figured out. Okay, so I see now, David. No, if you run a different class at an event, that is where those points will show up, and you cannot move those classes or those points. And hopefully that answers your question there, David. Now that I understand. Oh, let's spill everything. That's what I'm good at messing stuff up this week. I've lost my mind a little bit, guys. I'm sorry. Um the majority of the power change was done trunk class, modified street class, and then I believe a couple of the X classes might have been slightly affected. Um, are you talking about the clamp rules? I can go over that too, because I know I did get a question or two about that in the last week. I can go over the new clamping rules also. That almost slipped my mind. So, um, as far as the what we changed in the rules on clamping, um, so for all power classes that are 6,000 watts and under, or the pressure number is 6,000 or less. So essentially, that will be Street 1, Street 2, Street 3, Mod 1, Mod 2, Mod 3, Modified Street 1, Modified Street 2, Trunk 1, um, all the X classes that are limited to 4K, and Park and Pound 1, 2, and 3. All of those classes are now limited to 4 conductors and either one amplifier or a strapped pair. I do know that there's a few guys out there, they've been using multiple amps for a while. And believe me, I understand that stinks for you. And I've been in the same shoes and I understand. But I do want to make it clear and want everybody to understand that this rule change is only to make things more fair. That is the only reason we did this, because we don't like to change rules that cost people money or cost them to have to rebuild. That is something that we generally try to stay away from. um, so with that being said, unfortunately, as a committee, we felt like this is something that makes the playing field more fair. The reason being is because there are certain things you can do when you have multiple amplifiers. I'm not comfortable showing anybody any of this stuff. But I'm sure there might be somebody out there that is willing to show you. But I'm not going to show people how to cheat or anything like that. That's, I'm not going to do that. So, with that being said, just please understand that this is something that we don't want competitors that are very serious competitors to exploit this. And if they started to exploit this, then it would be a bigger problem than what I already have by making this a rule. So hopefully, with that stuff being said, hopefully you guys can understand, where we're coming from, and that it is something, that we've done in order to try to make things more fair. So that was one thing I wanted to address, and I did almost forget. And um hopefully that's a good enough answer for you guys. And if you guys do have questions about it or you don't like it, you know you're more than welcome to share your opinion here. But I don't really think that's something that we're going to really start backpedaling on, because in my heart and with my knowledge, I know that this is more fair this way. And hopefully you guys can understand that. I mean, I think for the 6,000 watt pressure classes and less, I do think that 1 amp is enough. I'm not, I do agree with that. Most of you guys that I think most of the guys in here right now know me, so that I do come from a competitive background. I know a little bit. I know a thing or two about a thing or two. And I just want to reiterate that, believe me, this makes it more fair. Yeah, and yeah, I mean, I've seen the similar results, Miguel, and I believe in you, buddy. So just keep on keeping on, brother. Thanks, Austin. Miguel, it's all about the work you put in. So I'm gonna run with that for just a second here. So um yes, for to a large extent, yes, it is about the work you put in. You do have to try to learn while you're working, though. If you're not learning while you're working, if you're just burping your car to burp it and you're not really learning anything from it, you are going to frustrate yourself. You are going to get ticked off, and you're going to get yourself defeated. When you go to test your vehicles, you need to test your vehicles with a purpose. Take that from somebody that made that mistake when they were new. Um, you know, Test your vehicle with a purpose. Test your vehicle when you have an idea of a change to make. Don't just go out there and burp your vehicle to burp it and expect it to get better, because that is not going to work. You're going to set yourself up for failure. So, yes, it is about the work you put in, but you also have to be learning while you work. There is a learning curve, and the more you burp your radio, and the more you test, and the more you come up with the way that you do it, the better off you will be. I like to say the Floyd Mayweather thing is hard work and dedication. And I do believe that. So, sometimes, yes, it is about the work you put in. But if you're working hard and you're not learning anything, you might be doing a lot of hard work and not getting where you need to go. So, if any of you guys need help or need advice, there's a whole lot of guys out in the community that I'm sure are willing to help and talk to you. You could even reach out to me if necessary, and I'll do the best I can to help you. Yeah, I can agree with that. The small wires do make it almost, make it pretty difficult to probe. Maybe that's something we can talk about in the future. Yes. Austin, I'd have to really see it to get a better idea. Is it a full wall or is it just like a under window cut through? Um, to me, it sounds like you would be MS4 or M5. Um, so that's my thought, just based on what you've given me there, is MS4. So, like I said, I'd still need to see it. The best thing to do would be bring it to an event, but I'm thinking with what you're describing to me, we would be looking at Mod Street 4. How do I remove a team from my profile? Um, Shannon, can you help me with that one? Can they do it, or do they have to have the team captain do it? I can't remember. What's going on, Shay? I don't know if I said hi to you earlier or not. Okay, so Chris, you'll have to send the huh? I think what you need to do, if I'm hearing Shannon right from the other room, I think you need to have your team captain or the captain of that said team send them a message and they can remove you from the team. So basically, the team captain controls all that. So he'll have to remove you from the team. So if you should be able to just shoot them a message and hopefully get that done. Well, then we'll see you there, Austin. Slam's coming up quick. I think the last day to register is Friday. So everybody that hadn't registered for Slamology, make sure you get on there and get yourself registered. Make sure you hit MECAs while you're coming. And we'll look forward to seeing you guys there. Going pretty good, Shay. Going pretty good. We had a halfway decent day today. Couple good things, couple poop things, but that's a good day, I suppose. We can't complain. What else we got going on this fine week? I think I went over the two things that I thought were kind of pressing. If there's anything else you guys want to talk about, um, let me know. Okay, so that's another good thing to say. So once the captain removes you from the team, it only removes you moving forward. It does not change the past events that you were a part of the team. That's right, Shay. That's right, buddy. Kayvon's patching some holes. There you go. Get her done, Kayvon. So we went over the amplifier thing and the conductor thing. Went over the points thing. Like I said, I think those were the two things on my mind this week that I wanted to address. So, like I said, if any of you guys have any comments or feedback on any of that stuff, we're willing to hear it and take it. So, you could do that. Or if you have something else you'd like me to go over or talk about, we can do that also. Just let me know. If you guys have any questions, get with me. I know I should have an alternator for the truck here next week. They're supposed to deliver it to me at the big show. So shout out to Ohio Generator there. Also, it looks like I think we got sorry. I'm reading and talking at the same time. It's probably something I shouldn't do, y'all. Okay. So, David, Street 4 is over the 6K limit, so we still allow Street 4, Mod Street 3, Mod 4, Park and Pound 4. They can all still clamp the same way we used to. The reason for that is the raised power limit, so we understand that, it might take multiple amplifiers to do that, and we didn't want to we didn't want to push everybody out of clamped class that might want to run a clamped class. All right, Corey. Can you tell me where you're at, Corey? But I can explain what I can do for you, or what we can do for you per the rule book at this time. So, essentially, if you don't have any events within 250 miles of your home, I can lower your points requirement to 30 points. I can also still sell you 10 points via point sharing if you can show me results from 2 other events. Those points are $20 per 5 points. That would leave you with needing to get 20 points. So we have several 4Xs throughout the year. That would probably be the easiest way for you to get to one show, or, one weekend, and be able to earn the 20 points that you need. I can also tell you, I think that you said you're in Texas there. So I think that I might actually be getting something going here soon. If you have a location or anything, let me know. I do think I might be getting that back on track, but I know it's been some time, and it's unfortunate, but we will start to get that done. Marshall did not get DQ'd in Mod Street 3. Marshall did not get DQ'd at any time. I told Marshall that he needed to go to 1 amplifier in Park and Pound 3 because that was against the Park and Pound rules. I told him that I would allow him to run the vehicle just like I did at the previous event. And I'm pretty sure he got points for it, but I don't know because Selena entered them. But as far as I'm concerned, he never got DQ'd. Right, but there are rules, and that's part of what I just explained just a little bit ago. So Slamology is worth 15 points if you win, Corey. And like I said, hopefully we'll be having something for you that you might be able to get to before the season is up. And
but if he wanted to for sure get 15, he could go to a 4X.
Well, I know that.
15 at Slam is to win first place.
I know that.
So just I'll share that. Sorry, I'm trying to get laundry done and listen.
Good night, Miss Melinda. Thanks for joining us. So Danny, so Mod Street is a little bit different than the rest. Mod Street would be Mod Street 2. So MS3 does allow one amplifier. And if anybody took it that he got DQ'd out of Mod Street, then that was a miscommunication or a misunderstanding. But as far as I'm concerned, I didn't DQ him. I just don't want to have to DQ him when it counts at finals, because I've already had to do that to a few of you guys, and nobody liked doing that. But we have to do what our rule book says, unfortunately. And I just like to try to fix that stuff before we get there is all. And I'm not mad at Marshall, and I'd love to see him back. It's but he's entitled to his opinion, and that I can't really do anything about that, I don't feel. So hopefully that's a good enough explanation for you guys. Yes, sir, Nick. I talked about those a little bit earlier, and I'll go over them again here in a few. But the show at Walnut Grove Campground, we're going to have some raffles and some things for some raffles and things like that to help benefit Jason's family. So we're going to try to make this event big, and we look forward to seeing you guys out there this weekend. How you doing, Mr. Larry? I think that might be my favorite comment tonight. So that's my favorite comment of the night. Shay, we are going to be out there. I'm not sure if I'm going to be there Saturday and Sunday, but I will be there Sunday for sure. Where's the magnets? I'll show them that we're going to have. I do got something that I think is pretty cool that we're going to have with us at the campground show this weekend. I know there's several people pulling together, getting things together, but Shannon made some of these are magnets in memory of Jason, and we're just going to have them with us. I think I have about 100 of them. And we're not really going to sell them, but whatever that you would like to give for a donation, and you'll get one of these in memory of Jason. So I don't know, I thought they were pretty cool and a little memento. So that's one of them. And then there's this one. And there's this one here. So these are magnets that we made in memory of Jason. You could stick them to your car, your refrigerator, all that good stuff. And again, like I said, I'm not really going to be selling them. We'll just be collecting donations, and you'll get one of these guys.
Like I'm always doing laundry on Wednesday. So
Glad to hear you're doing good, Mr. Larry. Thanks, Mr. Jeremy. He was a good base head, just a big part of the community. We had events at his place, and we had one coming this weekend. We've been having events there. Shoot,
and he has a little boy. He's not behind. Don't forget to tell him that.
I know, babe.
I'm gonna go so badly.
Sounds like a plan, Larry. Sorry, Shannon left me. What's going on, Marshall? I just answered Tim's question, and you're more than welcome to go back and watch. But he asked me why you got DQ'd, and I didn't think that you got DQ'd. I thought I just was trying to coach you that for parking pound, the new rule says 1 amp, and that's all I said. Basically, I mean, long and the short of it in a nutshell. If there was something else that you wanted to talk about, I'm happy to talk about it. That's cool, Jeremy. Yeah, he was a good dude. We liked him pretty good. Well, hopefully we'll see you there, Mr. Miguel. Are you talking about? I know what. Never mind. I'm sorry. We'll see you there, Jeremy. We'll be there Sunday also for sure. I might be getting there Saturday, but I'm not 100% sure yet. It depends on what all I can get done in the next day. So we'll be playing that one by ear, but I'll be there Sunday for sure. All right, guys. So again, we've got 7 events coming this weekend. We've got the SPL sleepover there that we're going to have a lot of things going on for Mr. Huber, who passed away earlier this week in a car crash. I think he left behind a young son also. Shannon was trying to tell me some stuff, but she got choked up and walked away. Um, Jason's somebody that, Shannon and I started working with there at the campgrounds. I want to say 5 years, 6 years ago. So Shannon, dealt with him quite a bit, and she's taking it a little rough, but Shannon genuinely cares about a lot of people. That's why she gets a little angry with y'all sometimes, because she cares about you too much, I think. But I probably shouldn't have said that out loud. Don't tell anybody. Then we've got the Made of Steel 3X there in Florida. You got Cruising for Kids on Saturday there in Ohio. Sunday, you got the MC Tent Meet in Alsop, Illinois. Sunday, you got Up in Smoke there in Ohio. Sunday, you've got the TC Bass Blast there in Pennsylvania. And then you've got a 3X there at the Walnut Grove Campground again. So all my MECA heads heading out this weekend. Safe travels and high scores. What's going on, Mr. Cornell? How you doing, buddy? That's true, Shay. All right, guys, gals, everybody, everybody else, you guys got any other questions for me? Glad to hear you're doing good, Cornell. Okay. You want to talk about seat position? As in, I'm not 100% sure what you mean by that. I might have a clue, but I'm not sure which way I'm running yet. So, what part of seat position, or what exactly are you wanting me to address here, Miguel? If the meter is in the proper measurement, does the seat need to be all the way forward? Um, Generally, the seat would be placed as far as how far back it is based on the measurement. But my opinion and the way I read the rule and interpret it is, as long as the meter stand is sitting on the seat bottom and it's as far back in the seat as it can go, um, essentially that's how I read the rule. It needs to be on the bottom, the bottom of the stand needs to be on the bottom of the seat, and it needs to be back in the seat as far as it can be, um, in order to reach the 20-inch measurement. So if you move the seat all the way forward and you still can't reach 20 inches, then yes, you can move the meter forward. Um, I mean, I guess that's kind of something that could be open ended too, but the main concern there is that the meter itself ends up 20 inches from the window, from the sensor hole to the window, with nothing impeding that measurement. So, did that answer your question at all, Miguel? Or we need to try again? And then, yeah, also what Tony said. All right. Did anybody else have any other questions for me this fine evening? Hopefully, I was able to address most of the things I've heard in the last, Yeah, so in that case, they should basically just kind of move it forward and then put a weight or something on it to hold it in place. Um, yeah, as long as that makes sense to you, I did clearly answer it good enough to answer that type of a question. Awesome. All right, guys. Well, let's see. Make sure I don't have anything else here written down. If you missed the events we got going on, make sure you head over to mechacaraudio.com and check that out. And I guess if there's no other questions here, you guys know the drill. Until next time, keep it loud and clear, Mecha heads.